debate over affirmative action would be funny to me if it wasn't so serious. We have had affirmative action for white people forever. That's called legacy admissions. That's been true for centuries. I guess I didn't fully comprehend the extent to which you could literally buy your way into school. And it's a hit, but in every crisis there's an opportunity. And there's so many more good people doing this work than there are charlatans. And to continue to work, to create opportunity, to create access, to help those kids and families who need the most help. You can take a very tough situation, do it the right way, and help to rebuild trust in education generally and in higher education specifically. I think that's so desperately important. Secondly, I think our value has to be just to help maximize the potential of every single young person. And whether it's their self-confidence, whether it's their academic skills, whether it's their self-esteem, whether it's their understanding of self. We have so many students who are first-generation goers. We have so many students who are, have disabilities. We have so many students facing challenges at home, in the community. We have to find ways to help them see something themselves that they may not see themselves. We have to find ways to give them a hope and a vision and a sense of what's possible. We can all look at those adults, those teachers, those counselors, those coaches in our lives who helped us get here today. Our young people need that more than ever before. And that collective commitment to helping young people find themselves, figure out what their right path is huge. I know a lot of folks here are working on the college admissions process, and I'm in the middle of it. My daughter was a junior and her son was a freshman. And I can say really honestly, I probably should be really stressed, but I'm not. I've had the good fortune of traveling the country and visiting hundreds of good colleges and know there are thousands of great places. And I think while you're trying to help, whatever you can do to help reduce the stress of parents, the stress of kids is huge. There is no one perfect fit. You guys know that. There are probably dozens and dozens of great fits for every single child. We're blessed to have the largest system of higher education in the world. The fact that parents are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to one school is mind-boggling to me. College is not a scarce resource in our nation. It's one that we can increase access to and work on fit and work on outcomes. But as you go through this process, letting parents know that there are lots of great places for them to learn. And in fact, guess what? It's a lot more important what you do once you're there in the name of the university you coaching, supporting, but taking some of that pressure off and not good. I think my daughter's going to end up at a good school and have a good time. And as a parent, that's sort of all you want, to see your kids learn and grow and have those opportunities. Last two values is to really think about, and I'll come back to this in a minute and go through some of the data, but to really have you guys fight for equity and to create opportunity for those who are historically marginalized. And while higher education is not on paper a scarce resource, I said that we know there are communities that have always had access to higher education, and there are communities that have largely been locked out. Both my parents were college educated. Both my parents had advanced degrees. It was never a question of my sister and brother and I, were we going to go to college? We were always going to go to college. We know how many young people are first-generation goers. I'm sure many of you in this room are first-generation college goers. I spend lots of time with young people who don't have a parent who graduated from high school. College is a really foreign world. It's a really scary world. It's a really overwhelming world. And finding ways individually, collectively, institutionally, to reach out to those young people in the communities who have been locked out of this space and give them that opportunity is critically important. And then finally, for those in the higher education space, I'm always going to push on this, that historically so much of the reputation of universities is based on the ability of them to exclude. That a mark of prestige is how many young people you don't admit. And somehow we have to flip the value to, you were doing an amazing job if you're more inclusive, if you're finding ways to educate more young people, not yes. And for me, there's no badge of honor saying you can't come through our door. The badge of honor is how do we reach more young people, help them come through our door, and help them be successful. Just sort of walk through some of the data of why I think this is so important, so urgent, and and then I'll conclude, and then I'll open it up. So, a couple of facts. The United States ranks somewhere between 12th and 16th in the world in completion for higher education. That's no badge of honor. Our goal should be to be number one. Again, I don't think that's a Republican or Democratic goal. In a flat world, in a globally competitive economy, jobs are going to go to where the knowledge workers are. That could be America, that could be China, it could be India, it could be Singapore, it could be South Korea. We want those